This new version contains other errors. The new largest savings was a $1.9 billion savings. But when we looked into that, we realized the contract they were talking about had actually been canceled last year under President Biden. And when you look a little further down the list, you see that DOGE is claiming credit for contracts that expired even before Joe Biden was president. In one case, the Department of Homeland Security is claiming it saved tens of millions of dollars by canceling a contract that actually ended in 2005. George W. Bush was president. DOGE has said it's trying to make its data accurate. It's asked the public for help in cleaning up its data. But these errors are important because they give us an insight into the way DOGE works. Much of what DOGE does is secret. It's in all these different agencies making decisions, gathering data, and we can see so little of it. And if they are this wrong about that work, we can see it. They show this much sloppiness, this much misunderstanding of the machinery of government. What does that mean about the work we can't see in all these other agencies with all this other data that's being done in secret?
Ask the public for help.
So that was done by the New York Times in concert with several other news organizations.
Girl, thank you for
subscribing. They're the ones that actually produced that video. And that video, if you actually go and watch it, you just look up New York Times Doge.
Okay.
And you can go watch it, and it actually breaks down the numbers and shows you what the numbers are on the screen that I can't show you on the video, obviously,
right,
because we'll get hit with
copyright
infringements. So, but this video was well done, and it actually says everything me and other creators on this app
have been saying
for months now, or about Doge and what's really going on. It turns out it's true. Everything they have brought forth has turned out to be a lie.
Correct. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come on up. Let's have a conversation. We are looking for just Trump supporters right now, or Trump voters, not just supporters, but if you actually voted for him, please hit the guest request and come on up. Let's have a conversation. There's 1.1 thousand people in here. I am quite sure they are not all Harris voters. Statistically, this just doesn't happen in lives. So if you voted for Donald Trump, I need you to go ahead and hit the guest request button and come on up. Let's do a quick poll. Let's see what the makeup of this group is. At the bottom of your screen, in the dead center, there's going to be a smiley face and a sad face. Hit the smiley face if you voted for Kamala. Hit the sad face if you voted for Trump. In the middle of the screen, in the bottom, in the middle of your screen. Look at all the Trump voters not voting. If you voted for Donald Trump, come on, hit the guest request button and come on up. 3, that I call bullshit. I know. They are scared. They are scared. I mean, I would be embarrassed also. I can be honest with you. But
did that video scare him? Did that audio?
Might have scared him off. They're like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. 43 Vic, did you vote for Trump?
Bars, a lot of bars.
Yeah, I see bars. Wi-Fi is not very strong. You can unmute your mic whenever you're ready. Maybe if you can move around, maybe you'll get better reception. You have what they call bars. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Twitch. We're back, guys. Had to restart my whole computer. It froze the whole thing. Oh, he's gone.
YouTube and Twitch missed that.
I know. I was totally. 43 Vic. You can come back if your Wi-Fi gets better. I know, Annette, on YouTube. I know. It was mad at you investigating egg prices.
Yes.
I think Lorena is a friendly anyway. I just wasn't sure, but I think it is. All right, Trump voters, let's go. Come on up. I know you're in here. Come out wherever you are. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. I am looking to have a conversation with you today. So if you voted for him, we'd like to have a conversation. High facts don't matter.
Yeah, you can
Hi,
actually
friend.
pull that video up on YouTube. You can pull it up on TikTok, as well as the two Meta apps, and they put it on every platform.
Oh, somebody told me to check my Cash App. Hold on a second. Brian, come on up. Let's have a chat. I invited you up, Brian. Oh, DJ Leopardus, thank you for the $10 Cash App for strength and love while fighting for all of us. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's so kind of you. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much.
Here, I'll give you the guy's name. As a matter of fact, it's on there.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come on up. I am looking for Trump supporters and Trump supporters only for about 45 more minutes, and then I will start bringing anybody up. So if you are not going to come up into the box and we've invited you, you're probably going to get muted by my moderators because the comment section is for Kamala supporters because you guys have the box right now. You guys have the panel exclusively. So I think that's only fair. So if you voted for Trump, come on up. Is that the same Brian that's here every single day and refuses to come up? I couldn't tell by the his profile picture if that was him. But if you voted for Donald Trump, I would like to talk to you. Let's have a conversation. Come on up. Come on up.
All right, the name of the video is Best Cost Savings Claims Are Wrong in So Many Ways. And it came out March 3rd.
Okay. All right. If you voted for Trump, we are looking to talk to you. So go ahead and hit the guest request button and come on up. But it's USA was added to the Human Rights Watch list, as they should have been.
Doesn't shock me.
As they should have been.
Keep a gray area around the screen, around any picture that you take, and that'll shrink it automatically.
Justin, thank you for the $1 Venmo. How many Trumpanzees does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. Daddy Trump just says it's fixed and they all stand around cheering in the dark. That would be true.
As they're sitting in the dark.
Daddy Trump said so. Daddy Trump. Billy, I think we've requested Billy to come up. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come up. We are looking for Trump supporters. Owners must move the factories to USA or tariff them so Americans can have jobs. I thought it looked like a friendly, but if you voted for Donald Trump, we are looking to talk to you. We're looking to talk to you about what, with the stock market was down how much today? I know it was down at 1,100 at one point. Then it went back up to like 900. Okay. So almost 1,000 points in one day. So tanking the economy, grocery prices are up. Oh, and then Canada with their reciprocal tariffs, have decided that I think it's Minnesota, Michigan, and New York that Canada supplies electricity to some of the families. It's 1.5 households and businesses that Canada supplies electricity to. They're tariffing at 25%. So American US citizens are going to have to pay 25% more for their energy, for their electricity to their homes and businesses. So I thought he said he was going to cut energy and prices in half. What? He lied? What? Y'all, I need you to come up here and tell me what you're winning. Come on. Come on. I gotta know. Ain't we under Biden's plan? No. Derek, come up. We can talk about that. All those Trumpers in Michigan, that all of the Trumpers in Michigan, Minnesota, New York, all the people that voted for Trump. Good. You're going to have a fun paying 25% more in your electricity costs. That's a lot. So Derek, you need to come up and have a conversation. We're only talking to Trump supporters. You guys have the panel for the next 43 minutes. I'm not bringing up any Harris supporters for 43 more minutes, so you guys don't call it an echo chamber. So I'm inviting you to come up to have conversation. So if you voted for Donald Trump, come on up. Come on up. If you voted for Donald Trump, let's go. They are so scared. They are so scared to come up. Either they regret their vote, they know they fucked up, or they can't defend it.
Well, they can't defend it part's getting harder by the second. I mean, it's one thing to say by the day, but it's truly by the second.
So if you voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and hit the guest request button and come on up. Stand by your man. Stand by your man. Come on. You wanted it. What are you winning? Come up here and tell me what you're winning. You guys like, we won. We won. We won. Okay, what'd you win? Thank you, guys. I've actually sang my whole life. I've sang my whole life. I've sang at weddings. I've sang at funerals. I've sang all over. I've sang my whole life. I just very shy about it. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more shy. When I was younger, I didn't care. I sang everywhere. You voted for Trump? Well, come on up. I invite you. I'm not saying I'm the best singer in the whole world, but I can sing. If you voted for, I invited Lex live. I sent him an invite. All he had to do was accept the invite. So if he doesn't come up, it's because he chose not to. He's like, I'm a Trump supporter. Okay, well, come on up. The song I've sang the most at funerals is Amazing Grace. I always get asked to sing that one for obvious reasons, I guess. But Lex Live, now you can only talk if you come up in the box, because now you've been muted. Because the Harris supporters have the comment section right now. Trump supporters are supposed to be up on the panel talking to us. We are here to have conversations. People come to lives to listen to conversations. We want to have conversations with Trump supporters about what's going on currently with the economy, with the stock market, with the grocery prices, with all of that stuff. We are looking for Trump supporters to have a conversation with. The food insecurity that's going to be caused, They're defunding the police. Not a Karen. Did you vote for him? You said you don't support him now. I'm just curious. Did you vote for him? And now you don't support him? Because I'll talk to you too. Oh, I tried to bring up Lex Live. Oh, there he goes. Okay, yay. Okay, he made it up. Lex. Huh?
I just hit him before you did.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Got it. Did you vote? You voted for Trump. Okay. How old are you? And what state did you vote in?
I'm 46. And I'm from Florida.
Okay. So my question to you is, what did you, because I know Trump supporters constantly are like, we won, and all this kind of stuff. What exactly did you win?
See, I'm not really focused on what we win. Right now is a situation where we're dealing with other people's past mistakes. Other people's.
Can you be more specific, please?
Wait.
No. Okay. What you're gonna not do is go wait and try to shut me up when I'm the host. Learn your place. This is my live. I will let you speak, but I was asking a qualifying question. I need you to be more specific. Oh, and then they leave because they were babies.
Yeah.
Can't handle me just saying hold on because I have a question. Like, can you be more specific?
No, they can't because they don't know the specifics.
Cleaning up other people's messes. Man, you gotta have there's something we got to be able to talk about in particular and work through that.
I mean, Biden didn't even have enough time in 4 years to clean up Trump's messes. Truth.
I didn't scare him off. If he's scared because I asked him for specificity, that is not me. That is not on me. If I just ask for specificity, that's not me like running them off. I mean, that if they're that soft, I mean, that's on them. That's not on me. That is not on me. If you voted for Donald Trump, I am looking to talk to you. So hit the guest request button and come on up.
I didn't realize we were bad people for asking for qualifying.
Like clarity, like what, like a specifics.
What mess are we talking about?
Give us something to talk about. It's a really broad statement.
That's what all I've seen is executive orders have created a big ass mess.
A very big mess. So if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. If you've been muted because you're commenting and not requesting, that's why. We want Trump supporters up in the box. Harris supporters are in the comment section. You guys have it exclusively for like the next 37 minutes. So you guys come up, leave the comment section for Harris supporters. Nana, if you're still in here, you need to come up and talk to us. I mean, we'll meet energy. If you want to come up here and have a legit, real conversation, but usually they just come up here and crash out from the jump. So we have to be aggressive back. But if you want to have an actual conversation, that's what I prefer. I prefer a conversation. So if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. If you come up crashing out, you're going to be met with the same. I love how the men come up here like, no. Wait. What? Huh? Huh? The utter audacity. Nick, hi. Are you a Trump voter?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 20 and I voted in Florida.
In Florida.
What time is it in Florida right now?
I'm not in Florida at the moment. I'm in Britain University.
You didn't vote in Florida. Come on, man.
I'm half American, half British, no problem.
No, but I don't believe you. But anyway, why did you vote for Trump?
Well, really, to do with energy.
Huh?
With energy.
What? And that you control the economy on pretty much climate change.
Oh my lord, dude.
And I think Trump is massive both the economy and climate change.
Oh my lord, goodbye.
Oh no. You do not go here. You do not.
I do not even have the energy for somebody like you.
You do not go here. Come on.
And if you're still listening, I want to remind you that you were in a country that voted 90% against what you stand for 3 months ago.
Right. Oh my. Debbie, hi. Did you vote for Trump? Debbie? I'm gonna guess that might have been a voting. Oh my god. Tapping error. A voting error.
Careful.
Well, if you voted for Trump, it was a voting error. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come on up. I am looking for Trump supporters, so come on up. Let's have a conversation. I mean, with the economy tanking, gas prices aren't going down, grocery prices aren't going down, egg prices are higher than ever in American history. What did you win? I hear every day, we won. What? What did you win? Like, I see no winning. Are we great yet? I invited EUXY77 whatever up here. Where is eggs high at?
Oh my lord, are you kidding?
It's called everywhere. I know in Florida right now, it's $5.99, $6 a dozen.
It's about the same in Texas.
Like where you shop. Hawks, did you vote for Trump?
Oh.
Was it a tapping error?
I'm sorry. It's a tapping error. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Thanks for tapping. Thanks for tapping, man. If you voted for Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up.
Yeah, it's going to be dependent. Egg prices are going to be dependent on where you live because areas of the country were hit harder. Some areas were hit harder than
Right.
others. So it's going
to fluctuate all over. Yeah. That is for sure. It's going to fluctuate all over the place. But my local, like the cheapest, like my local Walmart has $5.99 for a dozen. I'm sure other stores have different prices. I just was trying to look up the cheapest in the area. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. I can't get chicken. I would love to have chickens and just lay my own egg, or have them lay my own eggs, but I have bears that roam through my backyard, so my chickens wouldn't last long, and it would break my heart to go out and see them unalived or gone. So I just can't do it. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button and come on up. We are very close to a recession, aren't we, Val?
Yeah. I mean, we've got every indicator against us, right? Inflation is rising. Employment rates are going up. And I haven't looked today, but the last time I checked, the foreclosures are going up.
Oh yeah, Florida's about to go through a massive housing crisis. I think in one Fort Myers County or whatever. Independent. I think you're friendly, but I'll ask. Which is a very high area. Independent. Did you vote for Trump?
If you're talking to independent, yes.
Oh, you did vote for Trump?
I
I did.
Okay. Real quick, let me just finish my thought. There's like one whole area, I think it's in Fort Myers, if I'm not mistaken, but it's like a very sought after area. But there is, and it's usually hard to get a house in this type of area. There are, I think, more houses for sale than not right now. Yeah, it's going to be really ugly here in Florida. I can tell you that much. Independent. You voted for Trump. How old are you, and what state did you vote in?
55, Texas.
So, what did you want to talk about?
I mean, I don't know if y'all want to talk about it. I basically voted for the try to cut spending. But hey, are you in Florida, Diava?
I am.
Y'all have bears in Florida?
Yeah, I live near a state park.
Oh wow! I
Like
had no
a
idea.
preserve.
Yeah, I'm from Texas, and my daughter moved to Florida, a specific part of Florida, and she was showing me pictures of a ring camera of the bears.
Yep.
I didn't know either.
Yep.
That's crazy. So, like, are you in the Panhandle?
No, I'm in Central Florida. I'm about 20 miles from Disney World.
I had no idea. Another gentleman from Texas. So I'm in Houston, Northwest Houston. And our eggs are like $3.99. I can't figure out why our eggs have not gone up here. So
You may have more farmers that weren't affected. That's
Right.
the thing. Some, you know what I'm saying? Some areas weren't affected. You know what I'm saying?
As others, right?
As others were. Other areas have been affected, but nationally, it's climbed to as high as $10.
Yeah.
Has dropped a little bit over the last few days, but it's still, it's still high. But it's, it depends on the area you're in, whether it got hit by the NIH or
Yeah.
environmental.
It's really regional. I mean, like it's very specific. Like depending, like Florida, they were $1.99, $2.99, $3.99 for when everyone else was complaining about them being high, and ours just now got up to $5.99. I don't know if it's just the grocery stores are taking advantage of the high egg prices and they think people will pay for it, or if it's actually finally kind of hit our area. But
So should we buy an 18-wheeler of truck or of eggs for Houston and just do like a Smokey and the Bandit, go to the Northeast or something and sell eggs?
Your story may not be far off in the end of all this.
exactly. That's funny.
Hey, real quick on oil and gas, the whole thing with gas prices going up. Typically, there's a lag of about 6 weeks from the price of oil to the price of gas. I mean, oil's dropped from like 72 in January down to got under 66 today. So we should see gas prices. And look, this is nothing to do with Trump. I'm sharing that with you.
Yeah, gas prices are going to fluctuate. But the problem with gas prices would be is if he does do his deal
Right.
with Saudi Arabia, to get them back in, you know what I'm saying? To get them back, you know what I'm saying? Pumping a bunch of oil. Yeah. It's going to flood the market. It's going to lower the price of oil. You damn well know in Texas what that means. That puts people in Texas out of work. Because the second that happens is the U.S. oil companies stop drilling.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends in that industry. It seems like the sweet spot's between 55 and 85. You know,
they prefer it to be around 60 to 70.
Right, yeah, exactly. So right now we're actually in the sweet spot at $65. But I mean, if that does come down, that'll help with inflation, just because that affects everything else from shipping costs and everything else.
Oh, I think you got a phone call. Real quick, I just want to say, okay. Cheryl, thank you for the Cash App. She sent $1 for a dollar challenge and to tap challenge to 500K. So she wants everyone in the chat right now to send $1 if you haven't already. But if you send $1 for the dollar challenge to my Cash App or Venmo, it's Diavatalks, just like on the little yellow banner over there. She's challenging everybody to send $1. And also to challenge you guys to tap away to get to 500K. Thank you, Cheryl. Go ahead, Independent. I'm sorry.
I was actually wondering what y'all's thoughts are on this. I'm in the finance industry, and there's been a lot of talk about this. So some people are thinking that Trump is purposely trying to slow the economy down and cause a recession.
I personally think he's manipulating the market for his millionaire friends because, when it goes low, you buy and then you sell when it's high. So I think he keeps saying that he's going to do these tariffs. And at the last minute, he's like, okay, I'll give you 30 more days. I'll give you 30 more days. That's me. That's my opinion. I believe he's manipulating the market. That's me.
But he's been called out now, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem with this is, how long before somebody actually calls you out? Canada called him out. Okay, because Canada said, okay, glad you rescinded him. We're not. You know what I'm saying? You want to play this game? We're not. You're you're on a 25% tariff. Good luck. And then now we're going to tariff your energy that goes to the northern states. So that's big, and it's going to hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the U.S. And as he keeps these tariff things up, and as he keeps making, and you can see after today, people should obviously be able to see how unstable the stock market is right now.
Very.
And these are problems. Inflation is rising, unemployment is rising, and you know what I'm saying? And like we were talking about just a second ago, foreclosures are rising.
Yeah. Consumer confidence is plummeting.
Down 15% from when he took office.
Yeah, and a lot of those things were trending down, but they've accelerated.
They weren't.
They were not. They were not.
Confidence was going up.
Yeah, they were not. They were not trending down at the end of Biden's administration. That's not true.
Well, because if you take unemployment, and look, I'm not defending. I just want to clarify, I'm not defending him. But
He had the lowest unemployment numbers.
Right. They were at 3.5 at their lows, but in 2020, this isn't Biden. This is the Fed had to raise interest rates to get inflation under control. So they had sort of drifted from 3.5 up to about 4 to 4.2. They've sort of been hovering for the unemployment rate. That was a general trend line with interest rates high. And that's been going on for the last year and a half to 2 years, but it is accelerating. Trump is making it worse. I want to clarify that. Trump is making it worse.
Executive orders make this happen fast.
Exactly. I agree. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you slow down the economy and get people unemployed, prices will start going down on houses and goods and all that. This is why people
We can't. Prices. I'm just being honest here. This type of thinking was exactly what led us into 08.
Exactly.
Okay? This type of thinking, especially with housing prices, because you got to remember, since 2019, when he did away with the regulations in Dodd-Frank for corporations being able to purchase homes by a certain day mark,
Exactly.
when he did away with that, that created a domino that we are still feeling today. And that domino is holding back a flood. And if house prices start dropping, you'll get to the point that the banks are upside down again.
Exactly.
And today's the 2-year anniversary of Silicon Valley Bank going bankrupt, by the way.
Right.
But
Did you say you work in finance and you have that kind of of thinking?
what kind of thinking?
What he just said. He said that kind of thinking is what.
No, I was asking y'all's opinion. I'm not saying this is my opinion. I was asking. There's a lot of people in finance talking about this now.
Yeah, it's not. So this ain't an opinion. See, it would be an opinion if it hadn't happened to us before. You know what I'm saying? But it was literally, let's see, 14, 15, 16 short years ago that I definitely remember. Okay, quite well. And what happened? And why Dodd-Frank was created? This is exactly the kind of line we're going to go down that's going to put us back in recession again.
Right.
So you're saying the fact that so many mortgages went underwater in 2008, and then people started walking away from their homes, and then it just domino effect. You're saying that's similar, that if house prices go down, it'll be a similar event as 2008?
Very similar event.
Very.
Actually, not just a similar event, actually worse.
Back, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, back in 2005 to 2008, there was a lot of loans given to people that probably should not have qualified.
No, what caused it is two different causes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Back in 2008, the cause was deregulation in lending institutions and how they get out. Okay? This cause is because of a false bubble and a false equivalency in raising the house pricing. Results the same. Okay? So here's the actual numbers. In 2019, median income, which was $50,000, I think it was $50,600 actually. $50,600. The median income paid between 22 and 26% of their income in housing. Today, because of the price of housing going up, because corporations are now the cause of taking houses off the market, competing against the public where the public really can't buy them, right? Okay, paying cash prices for them, leaving them vacant in a lot of cases because they knew they were going to go up because they're taking inventory off the market. It's creating false housing increases. That now for the median income is closer to 50% of the median incomes for their housing. So you've got that situation going on. Then you've got houses that have been bought from 2020 to current day at an over market price. Okay, so you've got all these houses that are really, and I'll use mine for an example. My house in 2013 was $209,000, which is a nice house in 2013. That house today is closer to $600,000.
I'll say my parents bought the house. I own the house with my parents, the house that I live in. They bought this house in 2010 for $60,000. It was just recently they said it was worth $350,000. I'm in Central Florida.
Yes, sir. That'd be different if that happens over a 20-year period, right? Or the life of your loan, right? 30 years in most cases, correct? Correct. This happened in 4 to 5 years. Okay? So as these house prices go down, with the prices that they're overvalued, the banks are going to become upside down in these loans. And boom, same outcome.
I don't think it'll be as bad.
It'll actually be worse. It's predicted to be worse. By every economist.
If you could 1 second, let me just say some thank yous just before you get going. I don't want to interrupt you. Florence, thank you for the $1 Cash App for the $1 challenge. Amy, thank you for the $5 Cash App. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, going into 2008, I mean, basically 2005 to 2007, they started doing a lot of no down payment mortgages to where you maybe had to put 1 or 2% down. Well, if you put 1 to 2% down, and all of a sudden your house goes down 10% in value, it's underwater, there's no incentive not to walk away. They got really strict after 08, 09 in the mortgage industry where they quit doing that, to where you actually had to do real down payments. So people may not have negative equity in their houses as much. Now, if houses go down 30%, yes, that's going to happen.
So you're not paying attention. Remember when I told you about the average house, the 50,900 moving up to 50%, almost 50% of their income?
Yeah. If you bought a house for like $600,000 and all of a sudden it goes down in value to $300,000.
Yeah, if it goes down 50%, I totally agree. But how many people have bought houses in the last year? I mean, if you bought a house 3 years ago, you've had good appreciation, so you have equity. So even if it goes down 10
Sir, 3 years since you bought a house.
No.
Bought a house in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, you overpaid.
How are you in finance, man?
You had to pay because you had to compete against those corporations for those houses. That's what drove the market up.
Yeah, but how much have house prices gone up in the last 3 years?
Almost, sir. Almost. Let's see. My house value in 2019, let's just say 2020, because we did an evaluation in 2020, was a little under 280, almost 300,000. Now it's almost 6, so over 50%.
So if you bought a house for $200,000 and it goes up the amount you're talking about, you have a huge amount of equity in your house. Even if it goes down,
that equity is a false number. That's the problem. Now you've got another issue that you hadn't even thought about. How many people have taken out home mortgage loans on that equity?
I would say home equity loans, yeah.
Absolutely, the ones who took the HELOCs out, absolutely. But if you didn't do a HELOC and you bought it for $200,000 or $500,000,
This is so boring.
You sold it because you got $300,000 profit.
If you sold it now, you'd probably be good. If you sold it a few months from now, you'd probably be underwater again.
Only if it dropped below 200,000. So you're saying houses will drop from 500 to 200,000 is what you're thinking?
They're going to drop a ton.
So you're thinking like a 60% drop?
Yeah, because here's what happens, sir. Remember the houses I told you they've been holding off the market?
Yeah.
When the corporations start losing money on that inventory, what are they going to do?
Well, they're going to dump a bunch of those houses.
There you go. What's going to happen?
Yeah, I agree. Houses will go down. I would be surprised if they drop 60% nationwide, though.
No, I'm not saying 60%. I think it'll only take about 30% to create the crash.
But if it drops 30, those people still have positive equity.
You're going to have few people that have equity in it.
Oh my
if they
God,
did like stocks or other things. But it's still going to be a crash, and it's going to be a big one.
Okay, but off my what you were saying, a house going for 200 to 500.
Oh my God, this come on. Do we have to talk about this again? Like I'm getting getting incredibly bored.
Yeah, the end result of this is a cause of a policy that was put in place by Trump.
Yeah. So I guess what I was saying was houses will become more affordable. So if they drop 50%, those people who can't afford a house will become affordable again.
Well, then the other problem kicks in. The other problem kicks in at that point.
Right.
So, yes, you're correct that people can afford houses. Because this is, I mean, I'm a millennial. I'm like a young millennial. I was waiting.
Nobody's gonna have any money to buy a fucking
I've
house.
I've been waiting for 2008 Part 2.
Right.
Because the housing market's been impossible, right?
You're early 30s, right, Nima? You're early.
Yeah, I'm 31.
Yeah. So
I've been waiting.
Oh my God, my son's
Yeah, like I've
31.
been waiting for it to pop because it was unsustainable.
Absolutely.
No way would I be able to afford a house. Impossible, right? And so, been waiting, right? But here's the kicker. When that happens, when it pops, we also have the other problem.
People lose their jobs.
Yeah, recession.
A recession.
We're looking
Yeah.
at right now.
We're looking at a depression more than just a recession.
Atlanta Fed is predicting a 1.5% contraction.
On the GDP?
Yeah.
That's bad.
So that would drop unemployment or raise it from 4 to around 7.5%. So the 7.5% that don't have jobs, they're in a bad place. But the other 93%, there's opportunities for people who couldn't buy houses before.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. Like, because you have to consider how many. Well, like, I understand wanting to look at it, glass half full, but
Jesus fucking Christ.
93% are employed. How many of that are people who are working poor, right? I mean, how many stories have you heard of people working at Walmart literally being subsidized?
Right.
Like
But they're cutting. But they're also wanting to
their-
cut SNAP benefits and any assistance programs. They're trying to cut Medicaid. They're trying to cut SNAP. They're going to be cutting part of Medicare. They're cutting VA benefits. Like, who's going to be able to buy them?
And I guess I'll just say I've been hearing that rumor. I don't believe in this rumor. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just thought.
What rumor? Wait. What rumor? What rumor?
That they were purposely trying to cause a recession, slow the economy down, to bring down prices, and to bring down the U.S. Treasury yields.
No, I just don't think he doesn't have a fucking clue what he's doing. He's taking a wrecking ball to the federal government and all of our agencies instead of a scalpel, actually looking for actual waste, fraud, and abuse. They're just saying what they don't like is waste, fraud, and abuse. And they're just cutting veteran benefits and cutting SNAP benefits and cutting CHIP, which is kids' healthcare for children. All of these things they're cutting for no reason. It's just harming everybody.
Yeah, and it's bad. I mean, look, the optics are horrible when you put a billionaire in charge.
It's not optics. It's horrible what they're doing.
It is horrible, but it's also.
But you voted for it.
I definitely want us to get our financial house in order.
And he's not going to do it. He's adding $4.5 trillion more dollars to the debt.
And that's what I'm saying is I hate the tax cuts.
He ran on tax cuts. He ran on tax cuts for the wealthy. How can you say you hate it and voted for him?
Well, I don't think it's going to go through, personally.
You don't think they're going to pass that?
He has the House and the Senate.
With the House, is it 3? How many in the House? Republicans have voted 3.
God, you have more excuses
It's
than.
already passed the House.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, dude, if you don't think that they can find 2 conservative Democrats in the House, I'm telling you, man, one thing that Democrats love to do is compromise. They're a bunch of spineless little bitches, every fucking one of them up there. I
Yep.
swear to God. Oh lordy, do they love reaching across that aisle. Never mind the Republicans when it's time to return the favor, all they get is a middle finger, right? So you think they would have learned by now, but 3 decades on, and here we are. In any case, like, good.
I'm So I was just asking through my mouth. I never even factored that in that the Democrats would reach across the aisle. I had never even thought about that.
Well,
I mean, I hope they don't.
It's already
But-
passed the House.
Right. It's already passed.
So the House and Senate is what's called reconciliation. Is that what it's called? They have to agree or something.
They don't have to agree to anything. They have the majority in both houses. They don't need Democrats, really.
Yeah, I think he might be talking about reconciliation. So,
Right. There's a continuing resolution. There's the tax budget bill. I mean, there's several things all at once.
To pass the tax cuts, do they have to do a certain amount of cuts in spending to get them?
Well, that's what's actually happened because the one thing the Republicans said they will not do is raise the debt ceiling. Okay, so since
So they have to find the cuts, right?
right, since they're saying that is why all these fictional cuts are coming out of things because they're trying to find the money to pass this tax bill.
So do they have to pass it dollar for dollar? So they have to come up with $4.5 trillion over 10 years in cuts in order to do a $4.5 trillion?
I don't know. It depends on what the what is the I don't know what the debt ceiling is right now. So
I don't either.
Okay, so that's what factors in. They don't want to go over the debt ceiling.
they don't want to go over the debt ceiling.
So they're telling them they have to figure it out, which is why we keep saying they're going to cut Medicaid and Medicare because everything that the committee or the agency that oversees that, they only have 581 billion that doesn't include Medicare, Medicaid, and they've been mandated to cut 880. So they're going to have to cut.
And I agree. My understanding is that they'd have to cut everything else and then still do another $350 billion in cuts in order to get to the number that they were supposed to do.
Exactly. That's fine. That's my understanding of it too. But man, I have a more important question here. So from what I understand, and I'm just going to ask this straight up, you do not agree with supply side economics.
I'm not smart enough to know that.
Trickle down economics.
Supply side economics is tax cuts for corporations and the rich.
And it's supposed to trickle down to us somehow.
Trickle down never works 100%.
Yeah, that's the other. What trickle down is what everybody in the news and everybody turned it into is actually referred to as supply side economics.
Oh, trickle down is supply. Okay.
Yeah, supply side economics.
Got it.
Okay, so you do not agree with supply side economics, correct?
I do not think 100% of that money trickles down. No.
No,
They hoard it at the top.
I don't even know that you can find a 20% version that's actually trickled down.
They literally hoard all the wealth at the top. They give stock buybacks. They do give their CEOs bonuses. They hoard it at the top, which is why it's never worked, and it hasn't worked since the 80s. So it's never worked, but that's all Republicans constantly do. Every single Republican that gets into power gives tax cuts to the wealthy and puts us in a recession. And since I've been born, every single Republican.
We're having the same thought right now. I know we are. Why?
Okay, so yeah, why did you vote for Trump?
You ran on
Tax
two
cuts.
things.
Yep.
It was immigration bad and
Tax cuts for the
let's
wealthy.
cut taxes.
Yep.
Right, and of course it was, continue the Trump tax cuts. He wanted to extend the tax cuts that he did, which are the biggest tax cuts that we've ever seen, except for what Reagan did when he first came in. Like, that's what it was. It was trickle down. It was more of that.
And I know, Nemo, you love Reagan. I know you're a big fan.
Oh, yeah. I do. I love him so very much. But, if you know this, if you know, you have seen the light, you know that trickle down is bullshit, right? There have been so many studies that have proven demonstrably over decades of data, and they've proven that it doesn't work. And so, you know this. Why?
So 2016, I voted for Trump.
Same. I was like, why did you vote for him then? It's either because you're racist or you're misogynist. You just couldn't vote for a woman or you couldn't vote for a black person. It's got to be one of those two. It can't be anything else.
It actually can be something else. And I'll explain that. So 2016, I
Quickly.
voted for Trump. 2020, no way in hell I was going to vote for Trump, and I had no intention of voting for him in 2024. But the last 2 to 3 months of the process when they were running, that's when the Trump side started talking very heavily about spending cuts. And that's the only reason I did it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
Oh my
so-
God.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm wrong, because if these tax cuts go through, I'm 100% wrong. I mean, I have no problem admitting that.
So the spending cuts, right? This is something that always comes up. And it always comes up in the same expression, right? Which is fiscally conservative, right? Most people, they will describe themselves as socially liberal and fiscally conservative. Now, I find that insufferable to hear, but whatever. So people are, not assholes socially. And when it comes to fiscal stuff, they just want the money spent correctly and, judiciously. That's what the government does, except for the DOD. That's a separate thing, whole other ball game. That's fine. We can put that off to the side. Now, the government has the Government Accountability Office, the Congressional Budget Office. Okay, those two work in tandem. They work in tandem specifically to ensure that the money is being spent correctly and that money is is actually going to what it's supposed to go to, and there's no fuckery afoot, right? There's also the I always mess this one up. It's Committee for Responsible Budget, CFRB. I think that's an independent thing. I don't think that's actually inside the government. That's like an independent thing. But they also are just dedicated to making sure that the budget is being used correctly, right? So there's like a ton of watchdogs. We have inspector generals or inspectors general, whatever, whose job it is to audit. That's their job. It's a fancy title. It's an auditor. That's what they are. They audit whatever department they're assigned to. So that you have like an IG for the, education department, and one for the health department, and one for the environment people, like whatever, okay? Their job, they're assigned to that department, they audit that, okay? And it probably gets even more granular than that. There's probably multiple assigned per thing. But that's their job. And
Was their job.
I mean, to me, that makes way more sense, right? Because naturally, if you just give someone one department to work with, or one, subcommittee or whatever, that's easier to manage, right? As opposed to Elon Musk, who infamously turned Twitter into not Twitter in record time by firing everyone and just allowing all the Yahtzees in. I don't know, man. The whole idea of, hey, let's bring in the richest man in the world to audit the government. He's not an auditor.
He's a recipient of a ton of government money.
Yeah.
That is such a conflict of interest, which is unbelievable.
Exactly.
I mean, I just can't believe it. Val, I have to run to the restroom if you want to take over. And real quick, Patty, thank you for the $25 Cash App. Thank you for what you guys do. You're welcome. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate your support. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick.
I want to continue, because you're talking about the inspector generals, and these things are important. But sir, are you aware of the first when he let go of all the inspector generals? Are you aware what was in common with all the inspector generals that he let loose?
Yeah, what I was going to say is I voted for spending cuts. I didn't vote for a billionaire to come in and do it the way he's done it with a hammer, not a laser. No, I agree. It's been done incredibly poorly.
There's something in common with all the inspector generals that he let loose.
They probably oversee his projects where he's getting money.
They were all investigating him.
Right. Yeah. Did he like go with 100% of the inspector generals, or just
No.
some of them?
No, just
Pure
the,
take.
just the
Just the ones.
just the 5 that were investigated.
Okay. And I hear what y'all are saying. It's been done very poorly, and there's not actually that much fraud.
Poorly. Now, hold on. It gets even more than that. When does it become unconstitutional?
I don't know, but can I finish my thought? You keep interrupting it. I can't keep my thought straight if you keep interrupting me. I just want to share one story. That's all I want to do. I think a lot of legislation gets passed that should have gotten passed, and things get voted on. So the inspector general can go in there, and as long as it was voted for, it's okay. As long as it was voted for. And I'm gonna give one example. I've actually got a friend who's a lobbyist here in Texas for Houston, and he works very closely with a lot of politicians in Washington, and he gets paid ridiculous. He gets paid $1.5 million to talk to people. That's all he does, and put the right people together. I've always wondered what the hell he's doing. He's told me some stories that got me crazy about it. But if y'all look it up, you don't have to. I'll share the story, but Family Endeavor nonprofit. It's a nonprofit here in San Antonio, Texas. So back in 2021, they got a contract to set up, and I'm not against. By the way, I think we need immigrants. I'm not against immigrants, but this happens to be.
Is this a quick story? Because I mean,
30 seconds. It's an immigration overflow facility. They were paid to build it and man it. They're getting paid $18 million a month for the last 4.5 years.
For what?
$160 million. It's Family Endeavor's nonprofit. Not one immigrant has ever been in it, but they've been paid $806 million, almost $1 billion. That's wrong in my eyes. I'm sorry. That someone is getting back.
Then why don't you like report it for waste or whatever, and have them
It's all over the news. It's all over the news.
and have them do.
This never been talked about, but I believe Doge has already talked about it. So I'll stop there.
Oh, Doge. Okay, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Do y'all think? No, they didn't
that
find
was the project. That was the $1.2 million project that was talked about in the deal. Came from the Homeland Security, correct?
where the initial funding came from for the project. I don't know if there's agencies. I don't know who did that.
Well, that would have to be who it came from. It'd have to come from Homeland Security.
Can you tell me one more name, what the name of it is? I want to look it up.
Family Endeavor nonprofit is what I Google it under. And then there's some Texas newspapers and news stations that covered the story about 2 weeks
Remember the
ago.
contract I told you about that was canceled by the Biden administration that we listened to in that video?
Yeah, is that it?
That's it.
What were they saying about it?
This is one of the things that Doge apparently found that was actually cut under the Biden administration.
Everything I read, Doge did not find it. They talked about it, but it was found prior.
No, it was found.
So they saying this is not legitimate? What are they saying?
Yeah, there's something very not legitimate about that.
It was stopped or closed underneath the Biden administration. It was already done. It was
So
cut
they're
under
not getting
Biden.
$18 million, so they're not getting paid anymore. But they got paid $860 million. And like this, I like Biden. I want to clarify this. I thought he was a good president. Someone from his transition team got onto that board, and that's when they got the deal back in 2021. I think all Republicans and Democrats all find ways to get rich, and Republicans are better at it, but I have issues with both sides. So that's
Okay, how are you gonna vote in the midterms?
right now blue.
Okay.
Straight ticket.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I am exhausted from this conversation. It is.
I know housing's boring.
Oh God.
Can't help it.
It's not just that. I think for me, it was just like, even though he finally ended up that he regretted his vote, he was just doing everything to like justify his point. It was just driving me
I think
nuts.
the hardest part for me and Nemo were the same thing. The minute he said he didn't really, because when I finally explained supply side economics, which I can't believe I'm having to explain supply side economics for somebody that actually claimed they worked in
Worked in
economics.
finance.
Yeah. So once I explained it, then he goes, no, I want no part of that. And me and Nemo, I saw Nemo's face, and I'm pretty sure we had the exact same thought at the same time. What the hell are we doing here?
Exactly.
I'm just like,
It hurts because he's like, it's obvious the dude, like, he's not dumb.
he's a smart dude.
Right.
It's just like, ha ha. No. No.
And I wasn't trying to be mean.
You picked the wrong one.
I just don't understand people who are like, oh God, no, I wasn't going to vote for him in 2020, but I voted for him because like 3 months before the election, they said he was going to cut. I'm like, and you believe that motherfucker? You believed him?
I think they forgot why they didn't vote for him. You know, you didn't miss not hearing this Dinwiddie on TV every day having to make a scene. You didn't miss how he handled C-19. You didn't miss that he was destroying the economy before that even hit. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Is he saying in the comments that he didn't vote for Trump? Because he said he did.
Yeah, he said he voted for Trump.
He said up until the last 3 months in the comments, he said he didn't vote for Trump. Then he lied.
He said he voted
Oh,
for Trump.
I don't like people lying to me. That's not cool.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
He just wanted to get up here and talk about finance and waste my time. He knew he wouldn't talk to us if he said he voted for Harris. Well, see, I don't like that. That's not nice.
Well, it's not this ain't the best place to come to talk about finance either. We're running the road here.
I don't like to be lied to.
Oh, he
Just-
says I apologize.
Just adds to the other men that ever have come into my life who have let me down.
Yeah, he said he voted for Trump's budget cuts. That's how I understood it too.
Phil, thank you for sending 5 subscriptions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrea, for the Venmo. Said a democratic compromise. Oh, thank you.
A 49ers freak, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Hi. So I've been jumping on your live off and on,
Mhm.
and I just wanted to come on real quick because I saw when you had that disabled veteran on a little while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and how he was talking about in order for us to take care of ourselves, we just need to go get a second job.
Uh-huh.
And I know you already know my situation.
I do.
Maybe your viewers do. But what I wanted to ask that disabled veteran is because I do need my Medicare and my Medicaid, I want to know, is he going to pay for the hundreds of thousands of dollars that it took to cover my surgeries last year?
Right?
Because I don't even have a job. I can't have a second job, and yet I do need my health insurance. So I just wanted to ask him, is he going to get a third job to pay for the hundreds of thousands of dollars my three
Well done.
surgeries cost last year? Not to mention the surgery I am actually getting scheduled right now, hopefully for next month. I just wanted to know why he thinks it's so easy for people to be able to take care of themselves and just get a second job when I can't even have a job to begin with.
Because they don't care. I mean, I've said this over many times. The one thing that all Trump supporters have in common, or it's 2 things. I mean, I need one more subscriber for my Subwave. If anybody wants to subscribe, I'd appreciate it.
One more. Give it to she's awesome.
Oh, thank you. What they all have in common, and I mean every single one of them, they lack empathy and they're grotesquely selfish. Like they do not care about anyone. And they're like, well, just get another job then. You know, they don't care.
And
They don't care, unfortunately. They just don't.
That's what
Nikki, thank
you know,
you
like when
for
you were
saying-
pointing out, hey, there are like people in my situation who are disabled that can't work. What are you
Thank
going to
you,
tell
Jesus.
them? And he just kept saying, go get a job. I mean, like I you know, when I was trying to have a
Thank you, Rick.
conversation with people like that last night, you know, no one wanted to step up. Everyone was just not
Thank you for your
suddenly wanting to come talk to me. So I just would like to talk to that disabled vet because, of course, I thank them for their service, of course. But if you're a veteran, you've been in the military, so you should know what it's like You should know what it is like to understand. Not everyone can do what you're doing, and I appreciate that he is able to work, even though he is disabled. But I am not, because I have needed everything I have gotten over the past 40 years of my life to survive. So I just don't understand why people who don't even lack empathy don't understand. Not everyone can do what you can do. Not everyone can do what I can
Exactly.
do. I didn't look down on them for it. So why in the ever living hell would you? Would you ever expect me to be able to do exactly what you can do?
No.
Because if you don't, then you should understand that you need to have the empathy that you clearly don't have for other people.
That's
in
right.
a situation you don't relate to.
Yeah, and like he said he was like a military, like veteran disabled, 80% veteran disabled. But the thing with I'm not, and I hope you don't mind me saying, but I mean, you have cerebral palsy. You were born with it. You have no choice. Like you've never had the ability to do anything else other than and not be able to work. So that's not your fault. So I love that you speak up for the differently abled people, because um, uh, independent, you're asking how you can send us money. We all have Cash App and Venmos. Mine's on this banner on the yellow. Nemo and Val have their Cash App and Venmo information in their bios, or I think, yeah, bios. You can just click on their box and it'll tell you. But I that's why I bring you up. I like everyone to have a voice, and so I love that you are representing differently abled people, so that people can put a human face. So I know I did this yesterday, but for those of you who weren't here, a 49ers freak does lives in the evening trying to get the message about disabled individuals in this country, put a face to disability, and have conversations with Trump supporters. They're usually very nasty and mean to him. It breaks my heart in the comment section because they're so awful, which I expect, but it's still not heartbreaking nonetheless. But if you guys aren't following him, give him a follow and go in and give him some support in his lives. He does a really great job, and I think it's really important with the wars that the Trump administration is waging on U.S. citizens that are marginalized in this country already. So.
And I just want to point out, because I know this has kind of already been going on for a while, but I was just really made aware of it last night from my sister nonetheless. But to any Trump supporters who honestly tell me of the things I've been talking about so far, relating to my benefits, my health insurance, and me being concerned about that, and Trump supporters just tell me everything is going to be okay, I'm over exaggerating, things like that. Just let me remind you, the Trump administration has banned, of the many hundreds of words he has banned disability and disabled from anywhere in the government. That is not normal.
No.
That is not okay to have that in a government that is supposed to represent me, along with anyone else with a disability, as a constituent and as a disabled person.
Yep.
So, I just want to make it crystal clear to any Trump supporter that wants to tell me, because I'm concerned about what is going on and being worried about my benefits and everything, that it is not okay. And
Okay.
I, as a disabled person, am telling you I am worried, and I have every right to be.
Oh, thank you. So, yes, you do. And thank you for using your voice for standing up for disabled people. So I appreciate you, my friend. Make sure you guys, a bunch of people said they followed you and you're going to check out your live. Okay. So hopefully you We'll have some more followers and more people visit your lives. I'm trying to help you out, friend.
Thank you. Yeah, and for anyone that wants to know, I'll probably be going live at like 5:30 Pacific Standard Time.
So about 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Never like one time zone to the other. So
I know. You're welcome. No problem. You have a great rest of your day. Okay, my friend. Thank you.
You too.
All right. All right. Bye.
All right.
You're so sweet. I am taking Trump supporters and Harris supporters. If you want to request up, I am bringing anybody up right now. So Trump supporters, I don't want you to think you can't come up. I just am bringing anybody up, but you can still obviously request. Yeah, I wouldn't check your 401ks today. I'm just saying. I mean, the rate this is going, how does it affect disabled vets? It'll affect, I mean, well, the VA is getting cut too, so I'm not sure. Everybody's affected. If you receive any kind of assistance, apparently it's on the chopping block. Mark, thank you for the $10 Cash App. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Kansas Drifter, you're not connecting, but if you want to re-request, you can. It's just not connecting. Uncle B.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you have an echo. Are you on a Bluetooth?
Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what it is. Hold on.
Okay.
While he's doing that thing.
Oh, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna mute you while you work on that echo, Uncle B. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, thank you, Daryl, for the $10 cash.
I'll invite you to unmute. Hopefully, it's gone, or unmute whenever it's gone.
Okay, is it better now?
Let me see. Yes, I can't hear myself, so yes. Are you a Harris voter or a Trump voter?
I'm definitely a Madam Vice President voter.
Oh, okay, awesome. What did you want to add to the conversation, sir?
Well, I was listening to that gentleman that was just speaking, and man, a lot of us are in the same boat, and I do appreciate him speaking up because there's a lot of us out there disabled veterans, and man, his voice is so important.
It is.
I'm a 100% disabled veteran, and I live in a VA facility.
Oh.
And I'm so scared. I need all of my benefits. Because like him, I can't work. I have a rare brain disorder called spinal cerebellar ataxia. And if Parkinson and MS had a baby, it would be SCA1.
Okay.
And luckily enough, the VA has taken care of all my bills. And nuts, man, I can't lose none of that. I'm in trouble if I do it. And I'm talking about, it's not so much what it is about my care, but it's also the job and stuff for the people around me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm at a facility that
one in Virginia, and it's some really nice CNAs that work here. And man, if I lose any of them, it's just the quality of care.
The quality of care is going to go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your service. Second of all, I understand your fear. And it's unconscionable to me what they're doing. And I'm really hoping that whatever shit he has planned, somehow they can block either in courts or something. But it breaks my heart for you, to be completely honest, because you guys signed up and put your life on the line for this country, and you are guaranteed that you would be taken care of if you did so. And so for this draft dodger to come along and strip away the benefits that you signed up, that you are entitled to, is just barbaric. It's disgusting.
Well, when I was 19 years old and I first joined the Navy, I always felt like I was protected. I need to protect. And that's the way I felt the whole time I was in the Navy. And I do appreciate everything they're doing for me now. And I really, really need them right now because there's no way I can afford an in-home care. It's tough. And not only did I retire from the Navy, I was a Texas State Trooper also. And real quick, I had to arrest my own brother.
Oh no.
And he had to do 13 years on that arrest.
Judy, thank you for subscribing.
He is doing fantastic now. He got his bachelor's degree while he was in, and he owned 2 trucks now. So I say all that to say that I wrote a book about the whole situation.
Oh wow.
And it's trending on Amazon right now. It's I got my 17 reviews.
What's it called?
5 stars.
What's the book? What's the name of the book so we can buy a copy to support you?
A Brother's Redemption. A Brother's Redemption. And I went about 6 years without seeing it because I was afraid of hearing that some hateful stuff that was said that night when I found it. I hate you, you're not my brother. And my heart just couldn't take that again. So I went 6 years till I seen it.
Wow.
But it's a good book. It's trending. I got a review from the Chief of Police of Chesterfield County, Jeffrey Katz. Some of the reviews said it should be a movie. So I think it's a read. It's about 12 chapters. It's an easy read. And I have a clickable link on my profile. So it's easy to find too.
Okay. So there's a clickable link on your profile. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for coming up and go ahead.
I listen to you all the time, and I just get a kick how you be dog walking.
Thank you.
God damn, you be giving it to them.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
I do appreciate that. It's almost like, okay, man, they only give me so many years left. And Alzheimer's is starting to set in, right? But listen to these other influence, like Jessica Simone and John. Listen to how y'all helps me to feel better about myself. because I would like to remember,
Mm.
try to remember a lot of stuff I used to have. That's why I got so many videos on my profiles, because I want to be able to go back to it and say that, help me remember. So I do appreciate you guys.
Well, I'm about to cry. God damn. Well, I just want to say again, thank you for coming here. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being the incredible human being you are. Thank you for your service. And I have a feeling you're going to have some. Oh, Omaha Cat Lady. Hold on one second. She says she has some info for you. Hold on one second. Let me bring her up.
While you're bringing her up, I'm going to have to drop real quick, so I got to get ready to go. So,
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Val.
not a problem. I'm so time confused right now.
I know. Same.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Val. Thank you. I'm gonna bring up Omaha Cat Lady. What's really funny is, where is she up here? No. Okay. I thought she. Okay. I thought I invited her up. Maybe she hasn't requested yet. Oh, there she is. She's. Oh, I found her. I fangirl over Omaha Cat Lady. I absolutely love her. I freaking love her. And the first time she's on my panel, I was geeking out totally because I just love her.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Rosie. Bye, Rosie.
Hi.
Oh, Nemo dropped.
Uncle,
Okay.
first, thank you so much for your service. I hope your book just does great. You talk about in-home care. I don't know if you're on Medicare or Medicaid, but they do have reimbursement for family members if they are giving you in-home care. You can actually get paid to take care of you.
I would definitely have to look into that.
Just go on to Google and search for Medicaid, like reimbursement, in-home care or family care. I had a friend who has a daughter who has multiple disabilities, and because she does not live on her own, she actually is paid reimbursement every month for taking care of her daughter, who is now probably, her daughter's got to be 23 now. But yeah, see, Cassie's also done it. So you might be able to work something like that out, so you did get some in-home care.
Wow, that's some good info. I'm definitely have to look into that.
Yeah.
My wife has been with me since day one. I started showing symptoms right at the height of COVID. So she's a second VP at Travel Insurance, and she had to work from home. So she was running a company and taking care of me at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So she may be able to get reimbursement for any in-home aid you may need for. I know that my friend got reimbursement for gas, for mileage, taking her daughter to and from doctor's appointments, everything like that.
I'm definitely
have her look into that and get you some reimbursement because you deserve that care.
No, okay. I'm gonna definitely look into that. Thank you.
You bet. And that's all I needed, Diva. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye. Great information. But thank you, Uncle B, for coming up. I really appreciate you. You hang in there and go look that up, okay? And I'm gonna buy your book. So.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think a lot of people in the comment section are going to. Someone else asked me, is your book available anywhere else other than Amazon, or is it just available on Amazon?
Yeah, right now it's just Amazon and paperback ebook. You got Kindle, it's on Kindle too.
Okay, because a lot of people have like boycotted Amazon, but so I just thought I would ask if you had it available anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming up, Uncle B. Appreciate you so much. I gave you a follow.
All right. Y'all have a blessing.
You too. Thank you. That was lovely. Oh, there's a lot of people waiting. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I'm going to get to as many views as I can. It is so heart-wrenching. It was to me. He almost had me crying. I was tearing up. They should not have to worry about this. They should not have to worry about this. To put this stress on people is just fucking barbaric. It makes me hate that man so much more. Nelson, hello, love.
Hi, Diava.
How are ya?
I'm okay. I was just listening to the few other people that were up in the box.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a 100% disabled vet. I'm also showing my Social Security. Those are the only two things I have coming in. And so far, I haven't had any problems at the VA yet, except I had one appointment rescheduled. I'm also having work done outside the VA because they don't have the necessary equipment to do what's needed to be done.
Right.
And this being paid for. So far so good with that. I don't know where I am anymore. You know, I really don't. I used to be proud to be here.
I know.
Even though it wasn't always great for people that looked like me, but I thought I was protecting something.
Right.
Not this.
No.
And I can't understand why Republicans can't open their eyes and see what is going on.
I agree.
Why do they brains or they're not turning on?
I love my country. I'm not proud of my government.
That would be me.
Yep. I'm proud of my country, not proud of this government.
I heard something, and I can't quote where because I'm not even knowing that it's true. But it was success about looking into the voting machines that they may have been tampered with.
Well, he admitted it again over the weekend. Let me see if I have that video. Hold on. I couldn't find it yesterday, but I made sure that I resent it to myself. So I'd have it up here. Hold on. You're going to shit your pants when you see this. Seriously. I'm being so for real.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'll put it on my backup.
Got it.
Here in a second.
Yeah, it's right up under me.
Yeah. I'm going to... Oh, I do it on here. Hold on 1 second. I'll put it on the big screen once I get it up.
You know, when we made this, it was made during my term.
Okay, hold on. Let me pause it and start it back over because I didn't have the volume up loud enough. Let's see. What's the volume on here? Just turn it up a little bit more. Okay. Let me put up my backup on the big screen. Okay, here we go.
And it was so sad because they said, can you imagine I'm not going to be president? And that's too bad. And then what happened is they rigged the election.
They rigged the election.
And I became president.
And I became president.
That was a good thing. Quite an achievement for both of us. So I'll be...
He legit just said they rigged the election and I became president. Like, right out loud.
One thing that bothers me is he already admitted, why don't somebody do something and put the right person in the office that should have been there in the first place?
I don't know, but that's what it is. He literally said they rigged the election and I'm president. That's the second time he has said it, like right out loud. Like they're not even pretending anymore.
One thing funny about that, he admitted rigging the election, but he wasn't president when he did. That means he's wide open.
Yeah, he doesn't get immunity for that because he wasn't president.
Exactly. He's wide open.
But who's going to go after him? I think that's the problem, is because the DOJ is not going to go after him. The DOJ is in his pocket. The FBI is in his pocket. Everybody's in his pocket. Like, so who's gonna who?
I'm a lifelong Democrat. Okay, and see, in my opinion, on how they should play, if they want to go low, I'm going to hell.
Yep, drag them all down there with us.
Exactly. Because somebody needs to step up. Jasmine is doing as much as she can. AOC is doing as much as she can. But I need to do something. If it was me, the way I prefer, especially that so-called State of the Union message, my feeling is everybody should have got up, turned their backs, and walked out with it.
150%. The moment they threw out Al Green, the moment.
Everybody should have froze their feet, turned their back, and walked out.
He absolutely should have. And I think they should have done it slowly, one by one. Get up, start yelling at him, and one by one until they all got thrown out, but kept it on TV for the world to see. One by one, they should have got up and protested and told him, you don't have a mandate. And just one by one until they all got thrown out.
No, he didn't have a mandate because he didn't get 50%.
No, he did not have a mandate.
So he did not have a mandate.
He just keeps saying it. He just keeps saying it because he wants it to be true.
I'm still kind of perturbed about the lieutenant decided to signing that sanction.
Oh no.
People need to look at themselves in the mirror and say, what did I just do?
Yep.
Anyway, I just wanted to get it off my chest. I've been on every day, but I don't come up that often.
Oh, I know. No worries. I appreciate you.
All right, sweetheart. You have a beautiful night.
You too. Thank you.
Yes, I'm here all the time.
I know. I see you every day. Thank you, Nelson. Yeah, those paddles and whiteboards didn't do it for me. I mean, it was better than absolutely nothing, but that was not enough. Not for this moment. That was not enough. Oh yeah, he was very mad that the Democrats weren't cheering for him. He's like, there's nothing I could do to get you to cheer for me. He was suffering a narcissistic injury. That's what that was. He was mad because they weren't like clapping and cheering for him. Fucking nasty ass motherfucker. I hate that guy. I was raised to never hate anybody, but I swear to God, that is the only human being that I hate with a passion of 1,000 hornets. I fucking hate that man. Just D, how are you? I know that was pretty strong wording, but it's true.
It's okay, Miss Diavatalks. Okay.
That man grinds my fucking gears, man. I hate that guy so much.
I have a joke. Like,
oh, good.
People I care about. I'm fighting for my seat in heaven every day over this. So.
Oh yeah, right. Mm.
And I got some transgressions. I'm like, Lord, please don't let that be the reason why I don't make it in, because listen. This is just crazy. You know, I live in Northwest Florida, and I try to treat myself well, you know, trying to get myself away from it, not to be overwhelmed with the crap that's going on. But today I went out, I treated myself to brunch, and I had some errands to run. But I asked people, how is this affecting you? I went to a restaurant, I had some eggs. I'm like, oh, how is this affecting you? It is affecting everybody, and nobody wants to admit it.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. The so-called Trump supporters, I listen to you. I listen to Zeus. I listen to Johnny. I listen to Parker, Dean. I listen to a lot of you guys that give great information. But the thing that I can't understand, these Trump supporters are scared because I've watched you. I've watched Johnny today. I've watched Zeus today. And nobody that quote unquote is a Trump supporter will talk to you.
They won't come up.
What that tells me is this. Like you guys all mentioned, they are afraid because this is a serious thing. It's not Democrat and Republican. This is American. This is an American issue. And nobody wants to give a damn. And that's just really, really sad. You know, I got into it with somebody. I forgot what live it was, but it was a friendly live. But they said, oh, so you would vote for George W. Bush? I'm like, you know what? I would. Over this? Yes, I would.
I used to think George W. Bush was the dumbest president we ever had. Right. And then Trump came along and said, hold my motherfucking bear.
Right? So,
hold my bear.
But no, I put it to you this way. And I know people who know me and stuff. I live in Florida.
Me?
So do you.
So do I.
I would seriously consider voting for our governor for president before. Yes, I would. If that was the only two choices, I would vote for Ron DeSantis. You're just like, don't go there, girl. Okay, I'm sorry. I take that back. Take it back. But
No,
I'm
because-
just trying to give you the point.
No, because
Ron DeSantis is really smart.
He's more dangerous because he's smarter, but he's also part of the Christian nationalist shit. So we would still have the same shit.
That is very true.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I guess.
But I would vote for George Bush.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
I would vote for George Bush before I vote for any of them motherfuckers.
And the thing about it is, you know, I'm a woman of a certain age. My first person that I voted for president was Bill Clinton. So that kind of gives you an indication of how old I am.
I'm 52.
Okay, you got me by a couple years, 3 years.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Every other Republican, and I am a Democrat, but every other Republican, if they won the election, it's like, okay, difference of opinion, difference of ideology, but
Correct.
there was still some decency behind each of those men. Okay.
I mean, look at John McCain. When they were talking about Obama and they were like, oh, he's a Muslim, and he was like, nope. I'm not going to let you talk about him. He's a good, decent man. Even though they were polar opposite on everything else, John McCain would not let them disparage Barack Obama. And even though they had different political ideologies, he did not let them. Like, yeah, exactly. Seriously, I never feared McCain or Romney. Exactly. Exactly.
Fear. I have legit fear about this individual.
Exactly.
And that's the difference. I mean, listen, nobody's going to be politically in tune all the time. But this is just pure evil, in my opinion.
I agree.
A lot of people don't see it because it's not, quote unquote, affecting them yet. But it will.
Yeah, it will. It's going to hit everybody.
I have friends and family, you know, on the other side, okay? And one of my good friends, I'll be short, but one of my good friends, you know, she has a kid. Brilliant kid. If the kid was old enough, she'd be on our side, okay? She's definitely a Kamala supporter.
Yeah.
Democrat, okay? But she's 17, so she couldn't vote. But this brilliant kid goes to one of the top high schools in Michigan. I'm originally from Michigan. But she goes to this top school, and now it's coming down to, like, the financial aid and scholarships and all that stuff. So my friend calls me all crying, talking about, oh, my God, I don't know how I'm going to get her financial aid. So I'm a wise behind. And I told her, I'm like, oh, remember I used to annoy you for the election about who you should vote for? I'm like, well, she's like, well, you shouldn't say that to me. What about, I'm like, you know what? You voted for who you voted for. How do you think that made me feel? But now that it's affecting you and your child, you want me to cry for you?
Yep. And that's what I tell people all the time. It's not that the Trump supporters are going to come around. Like, they're going to be like, oh, no, I made a mistake. It's not because they've suddenly found empathy. Or they suddenly found anything. It's just because it's affecting them personally.
Yep.
That's where they're going to have their change of heart. It's not because they suddenly found empathy for other people. They just thought it was going to hurt other people and not them.
Yep. And it's just really sad. And one more thing, I think I saw this on Zeus's live a few days ago, but this is nothing but a revenge tour.
Yes.
From Trump. That's it. Because he's pissed off at everybody. He's mad that he lost 2020. He's pissed. Not only did he lose, that was actually a landslide that he lost. Okay?
Yep.
He's upset about that, and he wants everybody to pay. He does not care about anybody.
Nope.
And the yokos that voted for him, okay, they thought, okay, it wouldn't be them. And all of a sudden, it is them. So to that, sorry, you didn't care about anybody else. See, there's a lot of things that don't directly affect me, but I still voted the way I voted because I was thinking of my niece, my nephew, my parents, other people in my life. So you just have to be empathetic, and it's just really difficult for me. I'm still trying to have empathy because, you know, I have to answer to God myself one day. So that's how I think about it. But I don't like mistreating people, and it's not always about me. So if more people thought that way, I think we'd be better off. But hey.
I agree. And I had a thought and it just escaped my head. That's normal for me though. I have ADHD, so if I don't say it when I say it, that's why sometimes I will interrupt people. And I don't mean to. It's just I will forget if I don't get it out because I have ADHD. So it's kind of like, Once it's gone, it's gone. And it's like, it's gone. But anyway, I agree with you though. It's like, it's like, I want to have empathy for them because that's my first instinct because I'm an empath. So my first instinct is I feel sorry for them and I have to make my brain say, but you know what? This is what they voted for. Like, so I'm like, and I feel bad. I'm going to say this and it sounds horrible. I know how it's going to sound. Okay. I'm just letting you guys know. I know how this sounds. My parents are MAGA. You guys all know that. My parents' only source of income is Social Security. And if it gets cut, I can't afford to take care of my parents. I can't afford their bills. Right. I still have kids at home. Right. I can't afford to take care of my parents. And so I'm like, I'm like, you better start learning how to say welcome to Walmart. Because your ass going to be going back to work. Because my mom's the only one that can go back to work. My dad's losing his eyesight. He has really bad glaucoma. And he has to sit like this close to the TV. So he can't work. And so I'm like, but and they're my parents. So I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be awful. And then in my next breath, I'm like, but it's what you voted for. I tried to warn you and you wouldn't listen to me. So everyone's like, what's your solution? Are you going to let your parents move in with you? I'm like, absolutely not. But I will be more than happy to tell them to go live with my MAGA brother.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
They all voted for it. So here, you take it.
Right. Oh, I'm sure. No. We're just exaggerating, Diava. We're exaggerating. We're fear mongering. We're just being those crazy Democrats.
That's what they told us about Roe v. Wade. They're like, you're being hysterical. They're never going to do that. It's precedent. They're not going to do that. And I got called a hysterical, crazy, fear mongering about Roe v. Wade.
Oh, me too. Me too. Yeah, but I don't have any biological children, so that college and stuff like that, okay. But my friend, who I do love, by the way, but guess what? Feel for you. Her kid is really smart, so she'll probably get a scholarship or something will work out for her. But guess what? I hope it does. But I got a nephew her age, just as brilliant. I got to worry about him. So that's how it's gonna have to be. And I don't like being like that, but okay. You called me names. Oh, you think about that? You think those politicians know you?
Exactly.
I'm not saying they do, but listen, I'm not trying to say Democrats are perfect, Republicans are evil. I'm not saying that. There's flaws in all parties. There is. But I will tell you.
But MAGA is evil. These aren't Republicans.
Yes,
these are not Republicans.
They would slice up your words and blah, blah, blah. Okay, because I'm sure you've had many conversations with people that support MAGA.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it goes with them. So you have to really kind of, be selective in things.
Oh, see, I'm not.
And you know what, Ms. Diava? You have the privilege to do that. You see my photo.
I do.
Unfortunately.
I understand. I understand. And you're correct. I do. I do use kid gloves a little bit more with my parents, but I just told them if we're going to have a relationship at all going forward, no politics can be talking about because I promise you, you will cry at the end and then I'll feel bad. But but I'm like, so we just do not talk about politics of any way, shape, or like nothing, just none whatsoever.
Right.
And that's how it has to go really forward.
Sad.
It is.
It's just a sad commentary because, thankfully in my family and most of my extended family, they're not MAGA. Thank God for that.
All mine are.
Yeah. But, it's just really, really sad. It's really, really disheartening. It's sad. This country is in so much trouble.
We are.
It's just hard. It's just really, really hard. So.
It is.
But I appreciate you, what you do.
Thanks for coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
You do. You really do. I'm telling you, Johnny, Zeus, Parker, Dean, keeping me sane. So.
Well, thank you so much. I'm privileged to be up with those names.
You guys are all excellent. Seriously, you're all excellent. So
thank
just
you.
Understand that, know that, embrace that. We love you.
Thank you.
I love when you tell them off. It's the cutest thing. So.
Thank you.
Keep doing it. You got it. You were put here for a reason. God really blessed you with the gift. So just embrace that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Justy.
Oh, no problem.
I just gave you a follow.
Oh, thank you, love.
All right. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. You guys just make me feel so incredibly supported and appreciated, and I appreciate you. I mean, I feel like I have imposter syndrome most of the time. Like I don't deserve I don't deserve this support and praise and stuff like that. So I feel I'm still learning. I know it's been long enough. I probably should believe it, but I still struggle with it. I still struggle. Thank you, A49ers Freak. Thank you. That was really sweet. Marilyn, thank you. Uh, thank you, Guardian. You guys are too thoughtful, too kind. It's keeping you humble. I guess that's why a lot of people connect with me too, because I'm so raw and I'm so real. And I don't, someone's like, how does it feel to be like somewhat famous? I'm like, famous? I'm like, TikTok? And they're like, no, you're really, I'm like, no. And I said, everyone's like, you should, I'm like, if you guys see me, I'm usually in my pajama pants and, I'm just kind of, I come no makeup and I'm just me, and I don't put on any airs. I don't put on a show. Like I don't put on a show for you guys. Like you get me authentically as I am, raw and all. And maybe that's why people like me. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just because I'm authentic and I'm just me. I don't put on anything.
That is why we love you.
Oh, thank you, Boxer Mom. Actually, that's what my daughter told me. My 11-year-old told me. My daughter was like, it's probably because you're so real. She didn't use the word authentic, but that's what she was talking about. She's like, you're relatable and you're real.
Yeah.
And you're just you. You don't put anything on. You're not putting on a show. You're not pretending to be someone that you're not. You're literally just you. And maybe that's what they like. So.
God, I can't remember what the name of this was. But anyway, I don't know how I even got on it on Netflix. It was about a lady in Australia that scammed people on the internet and cancer patients.
Oh, that's the lowest of the low. Oh.
I think her name was Bill Gibson. And people should watch that. I have another poem that's.
I figured you had a poem. That's why I brought you up.
Yeah, and I know you only have so much time, so we can chit-chat about it. But first of all, I want to thank first of all, Diava, I want to thank you, and you deserve everything that you get.
Thank you.
You really do.
I appreciate that.
And also, I want to thank every service member.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps me up at night.
I know.
Thinking, this is the way they're being treated. So, let me get it together here. So this is called The Betrayal of the Brave. They told you a lie. They looked you in the eye, shook your hand, pinned a medal to your chest, wrapped you in a flag and called you a hero. And then they threw you away. They said, serve your country, and we will take care of you. Fight for us, and we will fight for you. Risk your life, and we will honor yours. But where is that promise now? Where is the VA hospital when your body aches from years of war? Where is the doctor when your mind is haunted by what you've seen? Where's the safety net when your legs don't move like they used to? When your hands shake? When the country you fought for forgets your name? Where's the gratitude when the checks stop coming? When the benefits disappear? When the doors close in your face? While they open wide for men who never wore the uniform? The man at the top, who calls himself your leader, where was he while you bled in the fields? He sat in the tower while you carried brothers and sisters off the battlefield. He carried excuses while you stood ready to unalive. He dodged 5 times. 5 times he found a way out. 5 times he chose himself over the country. 5 times he ran while you ran toward the fight. And now he holds the pen, not
not to sign a thank you, not to strengthen your benefits, but to take from you again. Because that's all he knows how to do, to gut, to steal, to betray. How dare he accept protection when he has stripped yours? How dare he call himself a patriot when he never had the courage to stand where you stood? How dare he wear the flag on his lapel while he robs the very people who defended it? He has never slept in barracks, never carried the weight of war on his back, never had to say goodbye knowing it might be forever, never folded a flag for a friend who didn't make it home. But he has the power to decide your future, a coward with a pen, slashing the benefits of the brave. You fought for this country, and now you're forced to fight again, not on the battlefield, but in the hospitals that won't take you, in offices that lose your pay for, in protest just to keep what was already promised. You fought for the man at the top, and now he's fighting against you. And the worst part, he sleeps peacefully at night, while too many veterans sleep in their cars. He eats steaks at his country club, while too many veterans beg for food. He wears a suit and calls himself a patriot, while the real patriots are left behind. No veteran should have to go through this. No veteran should have to fight for scraps from the country they nearly unalived protecting. But here you are, and there he is, laughing. Next time he stands on the stage, salutes a flag, calls himself a defender of America, remember who cut your benefits. Remember who made sure your brothers and sisters would struggle to survive. Remember who dodged the draft 5 times, but never dodges a chance to steal from those who had the courage he never did. Remember who let you suffer, who called you heroes to your face, but liabilities behind closed doors. Veterans, families, and all citizens, we demand better. We demand the care that was promised. We demand the respect that is earned. We demand leaders who know that those put their lives on the line should never have to beg to be treated as human beings. We demand that this country, our country, never forgets the people who held it together when it was on the verge of falling apart. No more empty promises, no more gutting veterans' lives to fund billionaires' pockets. No more cowards pretending to be warriors. We will not let them turn their backs on you. Not now, not ever.
Damn, girl. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You should get that. Do you know who USMC Angry Vet is?
Yeah.
You should get that poem. You should get that poem to him for them to read at the Veterans March on Washington, D.C. this Friday.
Oh, okay.
That would be great because he's going to be talking to all veterans.
Okay.
So I would get him a copy of that and have them read it.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
I said, yeah, he can have it.
I would send him a copy and tell him that you would encourage them to read that, like from the microphone in front of the Capitol when they're doing their, have them read that right out loud at the Veterans Protest March on Washington, D.C. this Friday. Because the whole audience, everyone marching is going to be veterans. And that would be directly to them. Like, while he sleeps, you are, like that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Should I just try the instant message? I mean, he's probably got a ton of messages.
Well, I would instant message him and just say, hey, I have a poem that you might want to read at the Veterans March on Friday.
Definitely.
And just ask him if he has an email address you can send it to. That way you could, send it as a PDF or something.
Okay, yeah. And I also want to tell 49? I also...
a 49ers free, yeah.
Yeah, as well. And I can't even talk about it.
I know.
So,
it's hard.
I'm sorry.
No, it's hard. We all feel that collective grief for the people that, for the most vulnerable of the population, the people who need protecting, who need we need to stand with and for. Like it's perfectly okay to feel that way.
It is, it's like we give Elon Musk, $8 million a day.
Yeah.
And who is he to take from the people that need it the most? And that asshole is never gonna feel any pain, never gonna suffer.
Nope.
And how much richer do you need to be? I mean, I don't get it.
I don't either.
I mean, how much more? I don't think.
It's just greed.
Yeah. I should probably stop because I'm probably gonna say some shit.
I feel you though. But thank you for Boxer Mom for thank you for sharing your beautiful poetry with us. I it's always so appreciated because it's always spot on.
Thank you, and I will get that to him. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And if you can't get it to him, email it to me at the Diavatalks@gmail.com and I'll get it to him.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. It is that time for me to end my show. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I know there's still a ton of people waiting to come up, and I'm sorry I couldn't get to everybody every day, but I really appreciate you being here. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for the subscriptions today. Thank you for the Cash App and Venmos. Thank you for the gifts. But just thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I couldn't do this every single day without you. I need you guys just as much as you say you need me. We're going to get through this together. I love each and every one of you. You guys inspire me and make me want to be here for you every day. So I thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I love you. Also, if you haven't joined my Discord server in my in the link tree in my bio, come join the Discord. We have some fun in there. We share stuff with each other, links and photos and funnies and serious stuff, all kinds of stuff. Also, follow all the social media channels that I have listed in the link tree. Woo! It's at the very top of my link tree. It just has all the different symbols of all the different social medias I'm on. Because apparently TikTok is scheduled to go down again in less than a month, unless that changes again. But just make sure you're following me on all my other socials. I am live streaming right now simultaneously on TikTok and Twitch, and I've been doing that for the last several days. So if you want to watch me over there, but I love you guys over here, and I appreciate you. If you haven't followed me on my YouTube, I encourage you to go to the YouTube channel in the link tree in my bio. And give me a subscribe. It's free to subscribe. I just have to have a certain amount of subscribers to do certain things. So if you haven't followed me on my YouTube channel, even if you don't plan on watching me over there right now, if you would just go subscribe to me over there, I'd really appreciate it. So thank you guys very much. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. And I couldn't do this every single day without you. So thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we'll do this all over again. Love ya. Mwah. Have a good night, guys. Hi, YouTube. Michelle, hi, Diva. So happy to find you on YouTube. Since I deleted TikTok, I see you're still providing a great, safe place platform. Absolutely, Michelle. And I'm going to be live streaming every day simultaneously with YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. So hopefully you subscribe so you get turned on the notifications. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.